Well, hello. This is Heather Picken. Welcome to the last day of 2018. And today I'm going to talk about manifesting your fearless vision in the new year. My name is Heather Picken. And if you don't know about me, you can go to heatherpicken.com. I am a high-level mentor to female executives and female visionaries that want to do something extraordinary in their life. And how do I do that? I do that through neuroscience. And neuroscience is really exciting because once you understand how your subconscious mind works, you will never want to create your business or your life in another way. However, most people are operating on a program, and that program is fear. Okay, so we're going to talk about that. How you create a fearless year. I will tell you, everything that you want comes out of your comfort zone. And so what do I mean by that? Maybe you've been thinking and dreaming, in this year, like of big things to happen, but yet you're not doing things that are out of your comfort zone, like investing in yourself, really taking action on the things that you know is going to get you where you want to go. I want to share a story with you. I don't know how familiar you are with me or my work, but I want to take you back years ago. And this is a perfect story in talking about fear and how it can literally run and ruin your life. So years ago, I was living with a boyfriend at the time. We had a fight and he threw me out in the middle of the night. And I have to tell you, I was pretty much a mess. My business was a mess. Obviously, that relationship was a mess. My mindset was a mess. And I attracted this opportunity. And yes, it was an opportunity for me to really look at the fear. Because here I was in these bad relationships, like one after the next, and I couldn't figure out why everything was falling apart in my life. And so that moment, imagine being by yourself at 2 a.m. At the time, I had a little Chihuahua named Angel, and I had to take all of my stuff, all of my belongings that I had living with this person. I had to stuff them in trash bags. And so here I am, sitting in a room by myself with my dog on my lap, surrounded by trash bags. And I am having what I call my freak out moment. And that freak out moment was, how did I get here? I'm a college educated woman. Why do I keep attracting this same damn relationships? Why do I keep putting myself in the same situation around money? And so I had to take an inventory of my life. And I will tell you, the decisions that led up to that point were based on fear. And this is why I have really dedicated my life into helping empower women all around the world to show them how to break through fear so that they can get what they want. Whether you are a professional woman with your career or your business, I want you to take inventory right now. What I love to do at the end of every year is to take inventory and look at, okay, did I break through my fear? Like, what are some of the things that I thought were good, in 2018 that I really was able to identify what fear I had and to break through it. So I want you to scan just like last year or this year and look at where you are playing small. And look at that fear. I want you to go ahead and identify what those fears were that were really holding you back. And so there are specific fears that hold people back. And fear is the number one thing that holds anyone back from doing anything. I mean, isn't that crazy? Let's just say you're in a bad relationship and you're not breaking up with that person, even though you know that person is not in alignment. They're toxic, but you don't do it. Why? Because you're fearful. You're fearful of having that conversation. You're fearful of what that person will say. You're fearful of what's going to happen to me. Am I going to ever find another relationship? Maybe you're dependent on that person because they're helping you with the expenses. And trust me, I was in all those places. And I realized I truly attracted that moment so that I could empower women. So my little thing is I've been disempowered in every area of my life, from money to men. So I've made it my mission to empower women, to show them to like wake up and shine the light on your fear, look at what your limiting beliefs are, and create a strategy. Let's create a strategy on what you want your business and life to look like. Now, this is the next thing. As soon as you've identified what your fear is, then you want to get clear on every single area of your life and what you want. Okay, so I say go around the wheel of the 7 areas of life. In my book, The La Dolce Vita Formula, I go around the wheel of the 7 areas and I show you, is your life working? If you want to change any area of your life, you've got to identify what your highest values are in order to change your life. I'm not going to get into that right now in this video, but just realize there is a unique formula that makes your life work. And once you know what that formula is, then it's easier for you to get clear. And I also want to say this, as a woman, you need to give yourself freaking permission to, do the things that you feel in alignment with. So I find a lot of women that are in relationships that are not in alignment, they will hold themselves back from doing something extraordinary with their life. So if you're an entrepreneur and you want to invest in your business and you're married or you have a partner and that partner says, oh, no, you can't do that. My question to you is, whose life is this anyway? Are you going to subordinate to your partner because you perceive they have more authority over you? This is where, as a woman, I really want you to own your power. Now, that's not to say that you can't discuss financial decisions with your significant other, but you want to make that distinction. Am I choosing to do this, or do I have to ask for permission? There is a distinction. So you want to check yourself if you're in a relationship. So get clear. Maybe you want to attract an amazing relationship. Now, I'm in a great relationship now. I will tell you, once I got clear on the vision of what I wanted to attract with my partner, everything started to line up. Literally in 2 weeks, and I teach this entire process in my Fearless Female Visionary Mastermind on how to attract anything you want. I focus on business, but these same principles apply to any area of your life. In 2 weeks, after I got clear, after I let go of my fear and was understanding what my limiting beliefs were, I attracted a partner that matched everything that I was in alignment with. Let me kind of break this down for you. One of the things that I kept attracting in my prior relationships were they didn't understand who I was. They didn't understand. They wanted to change me. Okay, so if you're in a relationship with someone that wants to change you, that's a red flag. But, what was important to me, what my unique formula was, is that I had a high value on being an entrepreneur. So I'd get in these relationships where the guy would try to change me and we would have fights. And it just started to rip me apart inside. And so here's what happened. When you're not following your unique formula, you start attracting more chaos into your life. And that chaos is there for you to freaking wake up. It's a wake-up call. So I had to almost lose my business to look at the situation in the area of my relationships where it was not a match. I was not following my truth. I was not, following my unique formula. And therefore, I just felt like just misaligned in my business. Number one, my business was failing. I hated my relationship. I started second guessing myself in everything. And then because I had a high value in working out, like my fitness and health, I stopped working out as much. I did not have the driving force. I automatically would always work out, but for some reason I felt blocked. And so all of these symptoms are there for you to wake up. And you've got to realize that you are here to live an extraordinary life. But all too often, we look for other people's approvals and opinions. We believe that because things didn't work out in the past, then why is it going to happen now? We've bought into a belief system, and that's BS, right? So your belief system, unless it's not working for you, it's total BS. So you have the power to change this. And here's how neuroscience works, is that 95% of your beliefs, your habits and behaviors, they come from your subconscious mind. That is so powerful when you realize everything that you want. If you're not taking action on something, it's not about the marketing plan. If we're talking about a business, it is about your inability to take action. The mind and body become in sync when the subconscious program is in alignment. And then, and only then, can your marketing program take off, whatever you're doing. So you want to look at your subconscious programming and change those beliefs about what you feel is true. So one of the things, again, you want to look at what I talked about before, breaking through your fear. Everything you want is outside of your comfort zone. I created in 2018, one of my fearless goals was creating a wine label. So I want to show you, actually I have two releases. This one, you can see it right now. It's called Fierce Femme. Knowing yourself is like having a superpower. And that's my Cabernet. And then this other one is called Vote Fierce. Okay. And I will have more in 2019, but I will tell you, that was a new territory for me. I've got amazing things happening in 2019 because of my fearless vision, taking my big idea and asking myself, what is it that I want to put out there in the world that will really make an impact, that is, so unique, that is in alignment with who I am? And so Fierce Femme, if you go to fiercefemme.com, my whole tagline around it is it's a dialogue. Fierce Femme is a woman's wine that creates a dialogue to inspire change. And so my mission and purpose with Fierce Femme is to basically change mass consciousness for women to own their power. And so my question to you is, what is your vision? Are you clear on your vision? Do you have something like rattling around in your mind going, oh, I'd really love to do that? But then you've got this belief of like, well, I tried things in the past that didn't work out, or I really have this fear about success, or I have a fear of failure, or I'm in this relationship and, what's going to happen if I talk about my big idea? Well, this is where you have to be honest with yourself. I always say, whose life is this anyways? You are here to give yourself permission to do something extraordinary on this planet. If you don't follow that unique formula, and everyone has it, if you don't follow it, then what happens is you'll start creating resentment. And your body will be a feedback to your conscious mind to get you to wake up. And your body will start signaling itself. It might create dis-ease in your body, aches and pains, autoimmune disease. And I know this because I work with clients all around the world. And if they're not following their formula, they come to me usually with these symptoms and they're like, my life's a mess. Well, let's look at the root cause. And once you understand that, you are here to really follow your unique formula, then you can have the health and vitality. Failure to follow your formula, you start creating all this chaos in every single area. So if you don't like your life right now, realize, number one, don't put yourself down. Just look at it and say, okay, this is interesting. This is not what I want. So maybe this is the year that I'm going to get clear. I am going to look at every single area of my life and get clear and focus on what I want and believe that I can do that. Totally 100% believe I can do it. I have worked with women, like I said, all around the world, all different backgrounds, no matter what has happened to them. I've showed them how to break through that illusion of fear. I've showed them how to get on their fearless vision and take action, because that's what you want to do. You want to take inspired action on your vision every single day. Don't get overwhelmed about, well, how is this all going to work? Because here's how it works. When you get clear on your vision, I feel like this is magic, because all of a sudden the people and the resources show up. It's almost like it's out of the blue if you're following your unique formula. So that's why you don't want to have other people dictate what you should do in your life when you're being true. And that's why when I look at this wine, knowing yourself is truly like having a superpower, because when you know who you are, you're not going to ask for permission. You're just going to go after and do it. You're not going to have to ask other people for their opinion, because you know who you are. A visionary predicts her own future, and she goes after her biggest dreams. So my question is, are you a visionary woman? Are you going after the dreams that you know are really going to fulfill your life? They're going to fill you up, and you're going to wake up every day feeling inspired. Because when you're in the flow of your life, you live your life feeling inspired. You have the health and vitality. When you're not following your unique formula, you start feeling sluggish. You start second guessing yourself. You're so fuzzy and unfocused. And that's why when you have the formula, when you understand who you are, why you're here, you start taking action, you start breaking through all of that fear, you go to the next level of your life. So I hope this helps. And if you're interested in joining me in my Fearless Female Visionary Mastermind, it's a yearly membership. It will totally change your entire business and your life. Even if you don't have a business and you're like, oh my gosh, I've got things going on in my life that are just such a mess. The way that I work with clients is a very holistic way, and it's based on neuroscience. So I show you how to change the way that you're seeing things, because when you change the way that you see things on your subconscious, on a subconscious level, your entire paradigm shifts. Your entire life will just change in ways that you feel in alignment with. So if you look under, I'm going to put a link after this video is done. I'll put a link under the video so you can click on that. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out, support@heatherpicken.com. And here's to living your fearless year for 2019. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.